It's Black
That's
History Month.
facts.
Cool.
So,
Let's talk about Paul White.
oh my god,
Let's not.
I'd rather just move on from there.
AEW signed the white man in Black History Month.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Stop.
Really?
Right out the gate. Right out the gate.
I love wrestling and you love wrestling. We love wrestling. I am with Down for the Count. You know who they are. Nicole and Tiffany. Let me switch these people around. I'm with Culture Cast, but we lost the O that you should know. And we
Leg
have
day.
HR here.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. There you go, Culture Cast. And y'all know the ropes. Episode 20 out. We got
Yes.
Cisco representing. To start off, like you said, it's leg day. So to transition into this, how do you feel about the Big Show's legs being in AEW?
Great question. What's going on, everybody? Let me get my microphone set up. Yes, as we all know, it is leg day, and it was a big show. It was a big leg day. That's one. Yeah, I think that's the name of the episode today. That's 4. But anyways, Big Show. Well, Paul White, formerly known as the Big Show, formerly known as the Giant. Now with AEW and some type of ambassador backstage announcing type role with Dark. And we talked about this on Facebook in a group that me and Ray are that we're in. And I see it 2 ways. You know, I'm not about to cap and say like, oh my God, I can't wait to see Big Show wrestle. Like, I'm not about to cap right now and be like, I'm super excited for that. But what I am excited for is that the knowledge that he has that he can bring to the backstage. Like, if he wrestles, it's fine, whatever. But backstage for like a lot of the big guys and the younger folks on that roster that's not used to television, I think if they listen, they can grow as performers, and that only helps the product. So I think that's a positive. Outside of that, I'm not about to be like, I'm never going to stop nobody's money, but I'm not about to like overreact to at the same time.
Tiff. Let's hear Tiff talk. She might be frozen. Rashad.
Yeah, she's definitely either she's frozen or
unless you cold it, hold the pole.
she in the zone.
You got nothing to say about it.
She had to fix her mic.
Didn't Nicole just left? Oh,
Dang.
Well,
Oh, okay.
damn. All right.
Ladies.
It's leg day.
there we
Rashad,
go.
how you feel
There
about
we
it?
go.
Yeah, I'm gonna, sit on it and wait like a few months or so to see like what he actually does for AEW before I like make like an overall judgment. But yeah, basically what Omar said, he could be very useful backstage, especially with some of the big men in AEW, because honestly, like you could pick one at the hat and you could still say that they're trash over there right now, Brian Cage. But yeah,
Wait.
Whoa.
It's early, fam.
That's what we on already?
That's what we do.
It's early, fam.
oh man, him just standing there with his hands in his pocket when Tad's giving him the belt, and he's just looking like, okay, like that was just unnecessary. That was terrible. So hopefully, Show works with people like him, and I'm ready to see the big man work.
Wow.
I feel like we gotta move away from Paul White. I wasn't
I
expecting
can't.
that so early in the game. Wow. Brian Cage though, for real?
I said what I said.
I mean, I respect your opinion. I mean, it's true.
With Big Show with Brian Cage, they don't even like go together.
BC, I rock with you, bro. BC, I rock with you.
It's Black History Month. Let's talk about How you feel this February is going? Some big things done happen for.
Oh, hold on, I
Black.
gotta say something real quick. Randy Orton made Big Show. All right, yep. Randy Orton made Big Show lead WWE. That's all I gotta say. All right, continue.
Wow.
Big Show having nightmares every day about those goggles.
Over. It's a mess.
I can't.
It's gonna be
This
fun.
what we doing, y'all?
It's gonna be fun.
Oh my god!
Somebody had to say it.
All right. Well, talking about, he just threw me off with that. Shout out to Randy Orton, but it's Black History Month. So, talk about some Black History month and staying on Raw. 16 years after it should have 15 probably. Bobby Lashley gets a title shot against Miz, and the big talk is he's going to be winning that championship. How do you guys feel?
Let's go. I'm ready for it. Even though we know we're in the feelings, because it'll be hurtful when he wins the title the day after Black History Month ends.
If Bobby Lashley wins on Monday, it's going to be February 29th. Fuck what they talking about.
What?
28.5.
This year is this year, man.
We changed it all over. We're going to have a leap year because WWE will be making a big leap.
We declaring that the 28th is going to be 48 hours.
Wow.
We just gonna be bending time like that.
Yep.
It's going to be February 28.5. Lashley wins his title.
I mean, other wrestling fans bend their expectations for what companies should do, so we can't bend time a little bit.
Well, facts.
Remember, like years and years ago, they were trying to say like, "Oh, a new zodiac sign is coming. Like, check your birth date. This would be your new sign."
I remember that because I got changed from a Scorpio and I got pissed.
I remember that. They was like,
I said, motherfucker, you're gonna have to evict me.
I met a Scorpio.
I'm fucking getting out of this. You making me laugh. I'm trying to eat these noodles.
But I gotta raise a point though. I actually want to see Miz win first. Still, I want Bobby to win later. But I like Miz, so I do want to see Miz what he does with this title.
Swear I'll mute your mic.
I agree with that.
I swear I'll mute your mic too.
Here, Miz needs at least hold it for like at least a fast lane. Then he could give it up.
Fastlane, since I've been at a few of them, you think a fatal four ways coming?
Probably.
Miz.
I mean the pay-per-view
Lashley.
or
Yeah, the pay-per-view. Miz, Lashley, Sheamus, and Drew. Fatal four way.
That sounds about right.
where was Drew at?
At home.
He hurt. He hurt.
Probably hurt shit.
He always hurt. He always hurt when he loses that thing.
You be hurt too if your ass had to have 2 matches in one night and then you lost it to the Miz.
I just want to say one thing. He was there the next night after he lost to Randy Orton, so Randy Orton didn't hurt him.
Randy Orton is so fucking funny. I don't care what nobody says. His like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. like high drunk tweets.
Oh yeah,
Favorite thing.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, because he always waits till everyone's like good and asleep, and then he says some wild shit, and then he goes to bed.
Hey, Randy Orton still trying to keep wrestling Twitter after dark alive.
He's the guy. But earlier, because I want to transition to this, he said he met a Scorpio. I saw a Scorpio take a bump, a scorpion.
Transition King, okay.
Everybody told me that this man was not going to be wrestling, but I seen a stinger splash. I've seen him take a power bomb.
You know the fuck
It's
what?
going to be a cinematic match.
This jerk chicken
The
five right
silence is deafening. It's so quiet.
now. This jerk chicken five. But you know what wasn't fine? Watching seeing 60-year-old ass take a bump. I was afraid. And look, and BCR, it was a safe bump. Don't get me wrong, but I still don't want to see 60-year-old Sting take a power bomb.
Right, all moves.
Like, man,
Like it could have been a body slam. That was a power bomb.
It was a
like,
whole power bomb.
Right, exactly. That's like
with a receipt.
Like I'll be dazed after that. Like, shit.
Hey, did you see his face when all the pictures is like?
He was thinking about how WWE was paying him to stay home, and he regret giving it up.
Right.
My thing is, and this is how I feel about Rick running around with no mask on. You know, if you die or you get paralyzed, that's your fault at that point. And that's how I feel about Sting's, no offense, taking bumps after all the stuff that he's put his body through. Like, you're a legend. You're an icon. The icon. Sit your fucking ass at home.
Speaking
Why
of
are
masks,
you here?
Speaking of masks, remember when Sheldon Benjamin forgot he had his on?
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And Cedric just looked at him like, bro.
Well, I got mad because it's like no one said anything.
That was
all
a
those
rib.
people in Gorilla, no one said anything.
They just let them walk out
been
there.
a rib. That had to been a rib.
Because they all looked and they all laughed like, bro, you still got your mask. And he's like,
Here's the crazy thing with this program is, you know, because I'm looking at it objectively, and they're having Sting week after week after week, and personally, the draws is not. I mean, yes, Sting's a draw. Don't get me wrong. And a live audience, it'd probably be. I'm trying to compare it. If this was a live audience, it'd be a little bit better, especially with that crowd because it's targeted. But it's not to me. For example, I think Ricky Starks and Darby should be the focus of this program. And I'm not seeing. Yes, Darby came down from the rap. Yes, that shit was not cool. Okay, it wasn't. I didn't get the same feelings. Like, look, when Sting came down from the rafters, you felt that. Maybe because I'm older, I don't know, but I'm not about to fake mark out like, oh my God, here comes Darby, because he's not a figure yet to make me care about him coming down from the rafters. Maybe he can be down the road. But like, I feel like Ricky Starks isn't being pushed enough in this program. He's the one who's supposed to be the one. Like I told Ray on our pod, like Ricky Starks, to me, like Ray told me about him. I looked into him and I started watching him more. I'm like, this is the man. Like, why isn't he the one getting pushed right now? He should be the focal point.
And the reason that no one's getting pushed in AEW is basically the same thing everyone's complaining with WWE about. Now AEW has it, and that's way too much talent. And for some reason, some fans still want everyone and their mama to leave WWE to go to AEW, and AEW can't even use 10% of their roster properly.
Right.
Well, there it is.
Shout out to Red Velvet, gonna be on the pay-per-view.
Shout out to Red Velvet. I do want to see that match. Speaking of which,
so let me ask y'all this real question. You know, everything I see in this build up for Jade, Shaq versus Cody and Red Velvet. Can Jade wrestle? Have they showed you anything to make you believe that she's gonna be good in the ring?
Not during Black History Month.
Yeah.
No, we telling the truth. No, they have not done that. No, they haven't, and they should have.
So
they most definitely should have.
What are we getting excited about with this match? The possibility of what they can do.
I like her character. I mean, to me, I feel like she has a presence. So I'm interested to see what happens. But I do agree with what Tiff just said. Like, I know they did like that video package. She did the bicycle kick. I saw that. But maybe some type of, other than like, I think they had that backstage beatdown.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had, but yeah, I know Trey. I know. I want to keep my hopes up because I really love her character. And then, you know, Jay Cargill can do no wrong in my book personally. But I
means when you say character.
Thankfully, this isn't on video. But like I said,
it is.
This is video.
This is video.
Calm down, Ray. Calm down. Calm down, sir. No. So what I'll say is that I'm interested to see what happened, but I'm not intrigued by the overall match. Like I said, I love Red Velvet. I saw y'all a little interview with her that was dope, and I'm interested to see what happens. So we'll see. We'll see. But I agree with Tip said. It's like I haven't seen enough to get excited about in ring work, but I do want to see what happens if that makes sense.
Oh, Jade, no type of shade to you. I've been a fan since you was on the magazines when you went to the Performance Center in 2017. So I believe you can wrestle. But as a fan who's just watching AEW, I
You
wouldn't
don't
know if
know.
you could wrestle or
Yeah.
not.
I believe in my
You
second
look
wife.
you look great though.
You look
Yeah,
amazing, sweetie.
she's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the way she looks, but you got to be able to perform. That is bottom line, bare bones. You have to be able to perform. And I'm sorry, but AEW is known for putting on clunky ass matches, and I'm just not one to sit there and watch Shaq fumble around in the ring. You got Cody in there, and then you leave. You, the only person in there you know for sure can wrestle is Cody and Red Velvet. Half of the matches undecided. That is not good. You are selling this match on the fact that Shaq is there, and then you got Jade. She just looks like a beautiful Amazon woman coming in, but nobody in the AEW, as far as wrestling fans, if you just watch AEW, knows what she's capable of. And they
She
could
hasn't
have
had a
easily,
dark match either.
no,
She hasn't
they could
wrestled at
have.
all yet.
They could have put her on Dark. They're not doing nothing else. They shoved 50,000 other matches on Dark, so why didn't they put her there?
Shout out to AEW signing Paul White to make this storyline.
It's Paul Bright.
But so you would think so, and that's
Wait, was that a
okay.
tail? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I'm,
I have a cat.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You got me tripping. Like, wait a minute.
So no, so that's
Oh,
interesting
man.
though, that point. And I'm gonna ask the ladies this, Nicole and Tiff, like, remember when Ronda Rousey was being teased and she ended up surprising us? Do you think potentially maybe she, but of course Ronda had background in UFC and other stuff. Not that I know Jay trained, but do you think this could be a Ronda Rousey situation? That's why they've been holding it as long. Who knows? Like, what do y'all ladies think?
Yeah, it could be a Ronda situation,
Yeah.
but or it could be a disaster.
She
I,
got
I'm
I'm not
I'm not
confident
no, and that I'm okay with Jade if she was able to be in the performance center and be a part of that. Then there's obviously some wrestling skill there, so she's capable, but I don't know that for sure.
because also their talent perspective is funny. Like, think about it. Like you said, like they got Brian Cage there. It's like, why? They have, they touted up Rio to be like this great, amazing, like wrestler, and she's like watching fucking paint dry
Oh,
in the middle
Jesus.
of the summer. So it's like,
Mm.
I have all of the problems with Rio, and I will talk about that for hours.
Pour
But
me up
this
some.
That
is,
is brutal.
but you
That
have
was brutal.
Pour me
Hey,
up.
that bitch.
Nicole.
That bitch is boring. I don't care. I don't want to call you a bitch, Rio, because you're not a bitch. But bitch is relative term, like lady. So you just bitches. You're just not like, girl, pack it up. I don't know. It's like this horrible like idol caricature that's a cross between Poppy, like it's weird as fuck. And she's literally 3 feet 2 inches and weighs all of 15 pounds. And it's just like, I just can't. I just can't deal with it.
Nicole be wanting all the smoke, and y'all talking
Yes.
about me.
I don't give a fuck. I'll cuss people out. But yeah,
As you
their
took
talent
that sip of water.
as you took a sip of water. Period.
I wish somebody would come and argue with me. But besides the point, what AEW considers talented frightens me because sometimes it's like really good and like a lot of the times it's like not good. So it's like a toss up. She could be great like Ronda, or she could be, I don't know, who sucks. Who else sucks? I don't know. Who's on WWE that can't wrestle? That's a woman.
I won't
So
say
I
anything.
can.
I don't talk about. I don't talk about.
I
I don't
know
talk
you don't
about
talk
women.
about women's
I'll talk about
business.
women.
I don't know. I'll think about it eventually.
Eva Marie.
I see. I liked Eva Marie. I don't know
I
why I
didn't.
liked Eva Marie, but I don't know. She's just trash. Actually, JoJo couldn't wrestle for shit. There we go.
No.
Eva Marie, JoJo, Cameron, with her I don't date black men having ass.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Ooh. Wait a
He
second.
can't wrestle. He's right.
Who's Eva Marie, the red hair girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed her back anyway, so it don't matter.
They signed a lot of people that can't wrestle though.
She been getting that Hollywood money. Yeah. Shout out to Eva Marie working with $7 Production, The Rock and Danny Garcia. I guess
But for real though, shout out to Eva Marie because she's the reason that I started drinking Rain energy drinks because I saw like a cutout of her at Jewel, like on the stand, and I was like, hell yeah! And I grabbed the energy drink, and the rest is history.
So you just thought like Eva Marie was gonna pop up?
It was from a distance, and I just seen. I'm like, what the hell?
Because I'm about to drink this, see when these bitches pop up. And take her home.
I drink a little and I started naming them people like in that DMX song. Like,
I'm over it.
Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia,
Right.
Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia, Lisa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen, Vicky, Cookie. Yo, I met her at an ice cream parlor. Diane, Laura, and Carla.
Bring it back, Culture Cast.
About three Kims.
Since he named all those,
Latoya and Tina.
Right.
Bridget,
he named all those women. Let's talk about the women that NXT just signed. We got
oh my God.
We got Taya Valkyrie. Ooh.
Yes.
We got Zoe Stark. We got
I love Zoe.
Gigi Dollar. I must say they WWE names, even though I don't like them. Avery Taylor. Shout out to her. Shout out to Cameron Brene. Cora Jade. Oh,
hometown girl.
One of my favorites. Carissa Riviera. Woo. How y'all feel?
Shout out to Cameron from Missouri. You know, he's from St. Louis.
Shout out to Cora from Chicago.
We just talking about the women right now.
Yeah, you missed a couple women who got signed.
Who I missed?
You missed AQA.
Yep.
That was the first name I said.
Oh, I don't remember it. And you missed Taya Valkyrie.
No, he said Taya Valkyrie.
I don't know where I was at.
Are you sure you don't have what Cinco has in your cup right now?
No.
I forgot Cinco was even on the call. Cinco, how you feel about it, Cinco?
Look, we both turning up and we remember.
Right, exactly. I remember I said stop the camera because you're from the home state at least. I remember one time over the summer though through at the wrestling gym I was at.
You get
with Outlaw. So
you
yeah,
number?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I got my eye on one WWE girl. You already know that.
Oh man, how you feel about them signing the woman? I can't with this right now.
Ding dong, hello.
No, it ain't her. I'm not going to
right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Don't do this, Cinco. She's a whole fiance now.
She got a ring on her.
Who?
We're not gonna mention
the
it.
ref, Nicole.
Oh, you better stop.
I love her respectfully. Let me say that.
Wow.
Okay, off the referee though. Let's
my bad. All right, go back to the wrestlers now. I need to put the Ciroc away, man. That's get my mind on track. All right, so who we talking about? Which one? God said
all of them.
Oh, all of them.
All of them.
That's good class. Good class. Good class. Especially the one from Booker T school from Raw. What's his name again?
AQA.
Yeah, her. The name we forgot recently, but we remembered it. Yeah.
Man,
Good
it's
top
been a
tier
long day.
talent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's the name wife Johnny Morrison wife too. See what she can do.
Hmm.
To see how long she
What?
gonna stay in the
Not you
NXT.
disrespecting Ty Valkyries
I'm not.
with the
I'm just saying
S.
I'm saying what I want
Right.
to see. I just say
We got
this
some drinking system, Nicole. We got to give them some time. You know that
The
Nelly
mess.
and
I'll pass it to you,
Ali
Nicole.
beef, that Nelly and Ali beef got them drinking hard and heavy.
Wow.
No, this is all off the rails.
I know Ray knows a few of the. I mean, because Ray, you seen the Chicago girl in person, right?
Mm-hmm. Like she was the true starter from the bottom because over at Freelance she used to literally like help us like set up the ring because if you haven't been at Logan Square, it's literally like 3 flights of stairs just to get to the area, and she was doing it. She was carrying like the ring post up those 3 flights. She was carrying the stuff. Literally started from the bottom, paying her dues, on the pre-show, and then like not even a good year, like 4 months after, she's just everywhere. Like she's on the main card, she's at GCW, and all of a sudden she's getting her name out. So she really put in the work, and we see how quickly she skyrocketed to WWE. And she's not even 21 yet, so they got her for a while.
That's dope.
Look, I know because I didn't hit know of a lot of them, and then I saw Zoe Stark, and I saw her wrestle in that one match. I missed the match this past Wednesday, but I saw her wrestle
Oh,
2 weeks
so good.
before.
It was
Oh,
such a good match.
oh my God! I'm like, and I think I had to hit up either Ray or my other friend Chris that we're familiar with online. I'm like, who is this girl? Why have I never like? Oh my, I was, and then my first thought was like, if this talent is out here, number one, why did AEW sign somebody like this? Because like Jesus.
You know why?
Look who's
Jesus.
there.
But Jesus. But then number two, I'm like, wow. And that class alone, I mean, Terry, you say this all the time. NXT women's roster is like, bar none, the best roster on the planet. That class alone is better than any other roster other than maybe Impact. That class is better damn near than Raw currently right now.
It is
If
better
you
than Raw
didn't,
currently.
yeah, if you didn't see her match with Io Shirai, yes, yesterday you missed it. It was a very good match.
I'm gonna check it.
Easily, you couldn't tell who was gonna win. It was easy to just be invested and enthralled. It was a
Yeah.
good match. That whole class is just good. And then for once, WWE is trying to do something right. They know that the women are going to be the draw. If they're not the draw now, they're definitely going to be the draw. So they're stacking what they can so they can be at the forefront, which is what you're supposed to do.
That sister, she is a pretty shooting star. I'm like, man, that shooting star press was pretty. I never heard of her either. So I'm like, I'm excited to see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
I want to fast forward to 2022 and see who's going to be elevated because I'm pretty sure some will move on to Raw. Like, I can see like Casey Catanzaro and Lacey moving on to Raw as a tag team eventually.
Yeah.
Um, in the next year. So I would love to see what's that next wave of NXT women gonna look like.
Yeah, that class is stacked. I will actually debate like probably that class is like the stack. It's been since back when the Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami class. Like I would rank the class that was just announced probably like right under that class. To be honest.
Yeah. I agree.
Respectfully.
AQA is dope. Regardless of the shit that I talk about Booker T, I really love his school and promotion, and a lot of the students that they're over there super talented. I wasn't shocked that she got signed because she's talented. I was shocked because again she's so young, and this is also what I liked about this class. It's just, and I know we're talking about the woman, but also shout out to Christian Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But also it's just like, so you have her, and then you have Priscilla Kelly, which it like they've been looking for one of her type of white bitches for since Paige messed up her neck. So, and I love Priscilla Kelly. She's wild, but she's one of those people like she's gonna have to be in a performance center for a little bit to fine tune. Be quite honest, I love Taya, and I'm so happy she's there. She low key has no business being in a performance center, and she low key has no business being in NXT. I don't understand how come she didn't get like the AJ Good Brothers. I you can't really I don't count her husband because he worked there before. Signing and just go straight to Raw because they need her. Hell, they need
Maybe that's
anybody
where
on
she
Raw.
wanted to go.
Who y'all talking about? Taya?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe that's where she wanted to go to.
that's true.
Because first time in the company, a lot of people. AJ even said he wish he would have went to NXT before going up to the main roster.
You should have.
I want to see Taya and Malcolm Valley management. That's all.
You know who I want to see Malcolm manage?
That'd be funny.
Christian Casanova.
Just Malcolm and what's that? What's the other guy?
Tyler Rust.
No, Robert Strauss, something like that.
Strong.
Robert
Stone. Yeah.
Robert Stone.
I like him too.
I love Robert Stone.
Rob Strong, bro.
Look, I like Tyler Russ. I never even heard of him, and Malcolm Bivens is making me interested. He's dope. I mean,
go look at Malcolm Bivens' work under Stokely Hathaway.
Oh,
when he was with Moose.
I'm familiar.
Yes.
Even before the shout out to Black Wrestling Podcast. His name is now Muth instead of Moose. We gonna call him Muth.
I know why. I know why y'all petty. That's petty.
Oh, speaking of Muth, TNA has Impact Wrestling, I should say, has reinstated the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
That belt he dug out of the shed behind Nashville.
Wow.
That belt he just showed up on the show about 9 months ago and said, "I am the TNA World Heavyweight Champion." Now they recognizing his run.
That nigga got that at garage sale outside of Jim Cornette's house.
Oh, shit.
Don, DeMarco, Don.
I mean, if Mike Tyson could show up with the flea market half done
Oh shit.
TNT belt and they claim it as a championship, and he falling asleep during the match.
I know that man went and paid Jeff Jarrett to get that.
I mean, I guess.
No thoughts on Muth?
No.
No.
I mean, it's not drawing me over yet. I mean, I know Moose is super talented, but like, it hasn't drawn me. No, I'm.
He's-
Yeah, I put him up there.
he's talented
He's
at-
definitely put in the work.
He's
You know
putting in
what?
work, yeah.
If you put a set of stairs in front of Moose, he's so talented in pushing stuff down there.
Shit. Not today, Nicole. Not today. Move on, Terry. Move on.
I mean,
Not
I always want to know what is he looking at whenever he does his promos. The camera will be like this, and he'll be like, "I am the champion."
Y'all already said he was super talented. That was y'all.
He's thinking
I just
about
say
them
he put
stairs. He's thinking about a set of stairs. I'm telling y'all.
Oh,
Nicole, let it go.
I just thought about this though.
I'm gonna let it go like you let her go.
Because we talking about Impact, and we just talked about the NXT class. Would you guys consider MSK a part of this class? Because even though they can't, like, these new people coming in, they going on TV quick, some of them. But would you consider MSK a part of that new class?
Yes.
Even though they were already gone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give them their flowers. They can get with who was in their class even.
I forgot.
MSK. They
Hooper,
didn't
too.
announce them together, but it was MSK, Lachey.
Yeah, they had the picture and everything.
Yeah.
Alex Zane.
Oh yeah, Alex Zane.
Oh yeah, they had that super small
I forgot
class.
Alex Zane is still back there chilling.
Just wait when he
A
dropped.
lot of them dudes gotta. A lot
Dude,
of
he waiting on Blake Christian, and he just arrived too.
A lot of them dudes need to go up. Start going up now.
Imagine Alex Zane and Blake Christian
Ooh,
forming a
that
team in NXT.
Going against MSK. Going against MSK.
man, don't be talking about that because I can't see it live. I'm gonna come
Or
over there
Legato
and fight
Legato
you on leg
Phantasma.
day.
Legato de Phantasma.
Speaking of MSK, Terry, you mentioned it. I got to get flowers where flowers are due right now. Ray, you were at that show too. Shout out to Warrior Wrestling in September for the match we saw. 6-man tag competition. The Rascals versus Alex Zane, Blake Christian, and Ben Carter.
Oh, his name is Benjamin
Benjamin. Yeah. OMG. I was sitting next to Terry. I remember we said, "Do you need some milk?" And the referee said, "Do you need some milk?" We were clowning. That was a grand ass time. But Terry, I remember you said it, and I recently tweeted about it. Like you said, hey, everybody in this match within the next year was going to go do big things, and literally everyone in that match, even if you include Trey Miguel with Impact, is doing great.
Trey Miguel got swole.
Like everybody in that match is amazing, and man, I'm happy I got to watch that live.
Terry's Negro Damas.
I don't even say that about everybody, but I just knew that the time was coming for them. Blake Christian been out here 2.5 years doing his thing real big. His name got popping this last year. Alex Zane, same thing. Benjamin Timms, I didn't know him before Warrior Wrestling.
Really?
But as I do when I see somebody, my son knew who he was. So my son hyped me up on him like, yo, he's that one. And I'm like, what? He was like, I watched some YouTube stuff. So before y'all got there, I just checked a couple film. I was like, oh, this fool's from Seth Rollins school. Okay, I could dig it. So then when the match happened, just everything that transpired in that match, how you have 6 people and they all flowing, and then you got these moves going, and it made sense when they was diving out the ring and everything, and they psychology. I was like,
yeah, it wasn't even crazy. Like Zayn hit the Hurricane Rana from the top rope, pretty.
Like
then he did it was pretty. It was pretty.
like
That was a great match. Is that available, Ray, online on the website? Do you think?
If not, you'll probably have to just go to Try Warrior Wrestling's website.
Try what? What'd you just say?
Warrior Wrestling's website.
Warrior Wrestling. I'm like, shit. I guess.
So Ben Carter, I think, is the second person signed from Seth's school, if I'm not mistaken.
Facts. I forget who the first one is, but yes.
Scarlett is one.
I know who number 3 is going to be coming in 2022.
Who you got?
Frontman Ja C. You heard it here first.
Did you just mute him?
No, I didn't mute him at all.
Oh, it was the timing of it was like,
Yeah, when he said it, everybody was just like, all right,
was just
so
looking.
Frontman Jossie, shout out to him. Black Wrestlers Matter. You know what I'm saying? Saw that dude, he talk his big talk. It's possible what O said might be true. He has been, well, I won't put that out there, but it might be what he said is true. He's supposed to be in Black Wrestlers Matters 2 in the main event match. Him versus JDX. Shout out to JDX, superstar walking. If you don't know who JDX is, please get familiar. But yeah, I mean that could be a true statement that you're saying there. Hell, look out for JDX to be signed by 2022 because he just signed. We don't get free.
Speaking of signed, why the hell Darius Carter isn't signed?
Who? Mr. Darius Carter?
Mm-hmm.
He got
maybe off camera
3-4 years because the black quota for the companies are filled.
You got in order to add one, you got to drop one.
Yeah.
Y'all are wildin'. Jesus.
Facts.
Everybody's
Uh,
acting crazy. I don't understand it.
What? You
Nicole,
went this way with him?
are we acting crazy or are we just acting real?
I don't
Oh,
know. Both.
He woke. He woke.
speaking of which, shout out to NXT and AEW though for the Melanin Magic pictures they took. Those are dope. I know, of course, everyone's trying to complain. Everyone wasn't. Who cares? I love seeing black people together. With that was dope. Those are dope pictures that NXT, the AEW roster took. So hopefully they only get bigger and better in the years coming forward.
About those pictures, one thing I did notice that I was confused on, I couldn't find no information on. I believe I heard some back in the day. Steve Carino was in the picture behind Swerve. Um, is he mixed or something? Got a little bit in him? Because that kind of threw me off.
I mean, he has
I'll
to be if
Google
he
it.
was standing there.
But it's like he's hid. If you look at the picture, you can't really see him until you go, oh, you are back there. I believe somebody said something like that, but I need clarification.
I'm looking it up right now.
We got Rashad on the track. Yeah.
I
Cinco,
mean,
give me
his
the next
Wikipedia is trash. So
give me the next subject, not on Randy Orton though.
Damn. And what we gonna talk about then?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the finale.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. No. No, it's not. Not today, it ain't.
I'm
No,
trying to
ma'am.
see what's the problem.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I can't talk to y'all because a lot of people here, Culture Cast. If you go to their site and buy one of their shirts, all their proceeds go to independent wrestling. KTR doing the same thing. Down for the Count and We Love Wrestling. We sponsor shows, so So a tweet came out earlier today. I just want to read the tweet to you guys. If we talk on it, cool. If no one wants to say anything on it, cool. But it kind of shocked me because I tweet this, but being a sponsor, I was like, damn, is this how people really feel? So see what y'all think. So it was tweeted, insert name is one of my favorites to watch. They should be booked everywhere equals what you really mean to say is I want to be cool and support this person without actually buying tickets to their shows, streams of said shows or merchandise.
That's
I
a petty
mean,
train. Ooh, that's
I
petty.
I don't
I've
think
known
that's necessarily
people.
true.
I've been through stuff like that. Hell, Omar can relate to all the people there when we like announce merch and everyone lines up like, "Oh man, that's dope," and yada 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 yada. We put out a new episode. They're like, "Oh, that's dope," yada yada yada. But the numbers never add up to what people are saying.
That happens in most influencers, any business. You're gonna experience that. Well, I like to say that that's not every fan that does that. To classify all of them in that little spot is messed up. I think it's very petty. Some people can only support with tweets and showing you that they want you. They want to let their favorite wrestler know that they see them, that they acknowledge them, they know their worth. That's sometimes all people can do. So you're gonna have to fall back, fam. If it's somebody out there being petty and just like, yeah, support them, but they don't want to help, that's
Yeah.
different. But you just gonna have to fall back. Like relax a little bit. Everybody can't send money to the sponsorships or buy a show or come and sit down and watch you wrestle. Some people can only watch you wrestle on YouTube or pay for the pay-per-view every now and then on these various pay-per-view sites like Fight TV or whatever.
Right.
So
Especially in upon the replay right now. Like in
right.
upon, you can't expect everything in the Panini to happen. Like we are in a different. I
Ponder
think
replay.
Wait a minute. I was like, what the Panda? What?
I thought I was tripping. I was like, I'm over
I
here
stopped
concentrating.
for
I
a
was like,
second.
do I not know something that they're talking
Said,
about right now?
said ponder
I
one
knew what you were
and
Mr.
get
saying.
DJ,
to
can you,
me.
Mr.
I
DJ, can
also
you
was
turn the music up? Mr. DJ.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's leg day, so this happens.
No,
no.
no.
This happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not leg day. No.
We're sorry this doesn't have no structure to it, but we just needed to get together to talk about some wrestling. You feel me? Shout out to Omar for saying it's leg day for the third time on here.
You got one more. You hope you know that.
That's two actually. That's two.
I know I was trying to get it out.
Yeah. I'm not single Nicole. I'm not drinking magical juice right now. I'm perfectly
Wow.
I'm not. I did not drink it.
Can I have it?
Magical Ciroc. That's crazy.
Can we charge one of Rashad leg day to you?
But speaking of legs, as we keep it moving, what do you think about the card for Revolution? Because somebody's legs might explode in an exploding barbed wire match. Do you think that match can happen in 20? Now, mind you, I know some of y'all watch death matches, but like for a major promotion, and we can go one by one. Are you interested in a exploding barbed wire match?
This is a horrible idea.
AEW wants to be GCW so bad.
Oh my god!
He just elaborated what I want to say.
Like, is that stage match like no disqualification, Street Fight or something? And then they got a death match on there, and like they want Joey Janela's Spring Break to come to AEW so bad that they're trying to, unofficially bootleg it.
Oh God!
Like Tamatonga said, they got the bootleg club there with Lenny Oshmega, the old fucks, and the good sisters. Like,
I talk about a lot. I don't talk about people, but I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with my chest. Tony Khan, you got a lot of money. Kenny Omega's your champion. Hire a goddamn wardrobe designer for this man. This nigga cannot dress for save his goddamn life. Okay, how are you supposed to be your champion? Have some damn old ass chocolatas on and shit like that. Like he cannot dress. He needs. I'm sorry, people. And some internet mark had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say Kenny Omega has the most strip in wrestling. Are you? Too many white. The audacity of the caucasity for some non-melanated individual just as first of all to say drip, number one, and number two to say Kenny Omega can dress. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
Kenny.
all right, Dave LaGreca.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
That was
Sorry.
well said. I like that. He did that. He did that. I fucks with it.
It's facts.
I do. I fucks with that heavy.
If Cody could have like WrestleMania entrances every time you walk into a room, and they could fucking pay for a seamstress or something backstage.
Miss Sandra works there. Well, she was.
She still works there, right?
Yeah, Miss Sandra works there.
She needs to be Kenny's right-hand woman right there. She needs to walk hand to hand. Like, look, I'm sorry. Look at Scorpio's guys, Sean Dean, how they're dressed in every day, showing up to work. Shout out to Black Wrestling Alliance for the what is it? The drip?
The drip.
For the drip of the week or whatever.
Drip.
Wrestle and drip. Shout out to that. You see how everybody else is dressing, but yeah, you got Kenny Omega dressing like that.
But they all black though.
So once again,
Kenny Omega is this dorky white boy from Canada who plays video games all day.
That is no excuse.
And
Xavier Woods can dress.
But she just said he was black though. That was the thing.
He black.
Xavier Woods.
That's what it said.
Shout out to the Creep Squad.
I'll put it this way. Like, I'll say this. Like, Kenny Omega don't need Tony Khan. He got his own money. He can hire somebody himself. But that is not something that he cares about. So, look
Look fly. Someone told
Look
him
at
he
how he do his hair. I mean, the man hair he got. That's
Tiff
Look at
it's,
that.
Tiff. Kenny Omega's hair has been a problem for about 5 years now.
that's
It's
a
just
problem in
he's
itself. So as far as I'm concerned, that you can't even complain about it because it is what it is.
yeah.
Kenny
Shout
tried
out.
to bring back the Nicki Minaj, where it was like one color up top and like the undercolor.
I,
When he was in Bullet Club, it was like all silver up here. Then he had the black
but
on the
he had a
inside.
full head of hair then. I
Mm.
don't know what kind of Jerry curl activator he's using or what.
Bro, you know what he looks like? He looked like Steve from American Dad with the Daddy's Gone shirt looking ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, and Ray knows this. Ray knows
Oh,
anybody that listens to the Culture Cast know I'm the most
Off
positive
of this
person in the
now.
world. I do not talk about it.
No.
But this hurts my soul. And blame whoever on the internet said he had the most drip. That's the only reason why I'm going so hard. Blame whatever white person on the internet said Kenny Omega is the best dressed man in wrestling. That's your fault that he's getting these bars. And I'm going to
In
stop.
what capacity? I just need to understand
right.
what is the barometer you measuring Kenny Omega's style with.
The audacity of his caucasity. That's
I'm
all I
I
want.
just
Eddie Kingston looks like he just got out of doing time for 20 years. Like
And he still looks better than him. And he still looks better than Kenny Omega. I'd rather have a Carmelo old throwback jersey on Kenny. Let me stop.
There's nothing wrong with a Carmelo throwback, especially them Nuggets jerseys. Them Nuggets colors hit different though.
Hold on. Oh, the fuck that mean? You rather have a Carmelo jersey?
Right.
No. I'm saying that
Why are
looks
you
better.
mad though?
Why are you mad? That's dope. That was a compliment.
Good.
about the
Let's
You had me confused for a second, but
let's move past. Let's stop talking about Brad Armstrong and his hair and outfit ideas. Look at Brad Armstrong, 1987 through 89, and tell me that's not Kenny Omega. Guys, I got one more thing to ask you. How do you feel about 2 nights of WrestleMania and all these independent companies doing all these Mania shows? What do you think?
Coronavirus. Shit is real.
Uh,
Shit is
yeah,
getting real. It's getting
yeah.
real.
Numbers are going down, so that's a good thing.
I mean, it's Florida, man.
Florida, man.
It's Florida. You right, never mind.
Right.
It's going down everywhere but there. So
hey,
yeah.
have y'all ever done, I did this on Clubhouse today. We were in a room. Type in Florida man and your birthday.
Oh yeah, I've done
And
that.
yeah,
just
the-
Google Florida man and your birthday, and you'll be surprised.
I'm never doing that again. Never ever.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm nervous now. I don't want to do it.
But 2 nights of WrestleMania for me, I'm fine as long as Sasha and Bianca headline night 1 or night 2. I'm fine as long as they headline night 1 or night 2. I don't want to see 2 nights going forward, personally, but I do feel like, and Ray can attest to this, he knows because he's super close to the indies, that's going to help the independent companies with 2 nights of WrestleMania. That's 2 nights of shows, and they're, with COVID, it's been a lot of lack of resources. So anytime any opportunity for performers to get out there and perform, even with a limited crowd, I wish them the best. But yeah, for big WWE, as long as Sasha and Bianca headline either at least night 1, that's all I care about.
Yo, I would be so for WWE having Bianca pick Asuka just to fuck what everybody said.
Ooh,
Yep.
no, it caused an uproar.
That'd be a great match though, too, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because they'll be on Monday Night Raw and Friday night, the most talked about thing on social media, because that's all they've been on the last 6 years. And people don't realize. So some of these storylines they do just to get that WWE name tweeted all over the internet because they got an internet presence. Shit, we should start doing some bullshit like that to get our. Never mind.
Looking at that UK Women's Championship in the background makes me have to say that Kaylee Ray, she needs all the attention she could get in WWE. She had that title for how many days? Like
She
I know
about
it's
to
going
lose.
on like 600 days now,
She about to
probably.
lose.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
about to lose it.
I
So
doubt.
what?
Scorpio rising coming all on the back of that head. Ooh, Salamora, I'm with you next. Is it next Thursday? Yes, sir. Last
Yeah.
Yep.
Thursday
Yeah.
NXT Women's UK
So,
title match.
so happy about it.
And we got new NXT UK tag team champions. Pretty blonde. No,
Gallus lost. Gallus lost.
Gallus lost today. Yes.
Gallus
Um,
low key had those belts for too long, way longer than
Hmm.
they
they
should have.
did
What is the tag team name? Pretty Deadly, or
I
pretty
like them. Yeah,
pretty
I think
deadly,
it's
I
pretty
believe. Yeah.
deadly.
they won the tag team titles today?
I watched it like every time I've seen them. Now we're talking about UK. Every match I've seen them in, and it's only been like 3 or 4. Them boys get it. Um,
Okay.
Someone give me one last topic before I get up out of here and start before I say something outrageous.
Oh, we weren't talking about the WrestleMania no more.
No.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
bad.
2 nights. Nicole, look at Nicole's face. She don't care. Tiffany don't
I
care.
was talking. I knew what was going on. I was talking.
I'm all for the 2 nights.
I'm for 2 nights too, because shoot, watching that 5 hours of wrestling is good, but shoot, I'm gonna drink and I know I'm gonna pass out like in third or fourth hour.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
pay per view dope because it
you
was
got to
done
think
at
about the
eight?
Aren't you
people that's there as well. Like
Right.
them football seats aren't as comfortable, so you sitting there for
Right.
8 hours. Like,
I'm
slump?
all for it. WWE's been doing these shorter pay per view. Like I'm old now. I remember when Terry left insert show before the main event because he's like, I gotta drive home. I'm sorry.
well, we're talking about WrestleMania though. So.
You own that? Oh. Shout out to Warrior Wrestling. So I was in Chicago, and it was it that guy who I can't stand?
It was that guy you can't stand. It was that guy that can't stand.
So we're not gonna talk about him because he's from St. Louis. So he came out head. I just found out he was from St. Louis, so he came out head banging and stuff. And I looked
Ruling
at
ass.
looked at and I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a head start on going to the creek. And he was like, "What? You really about to leave?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm out of here." And we just packed up and we left. Like,
Damn.
didn't even see the end match or nothing, but kick rule whatever you say. Bust ass, rule ass. I'm just playing, but shout out to Warhorse for still being the IWTV champion, but not many people were taking any notice to it.
Because Craig Mitchell's still owed his title shot.
Who?
Craig Mitchell.
That's y'all dude. That's your dude, right?
Yeah, like he won like a number one contenders match for the title like before COVID happened, and they still haven't like given it to him.
Hey, Terry, I got one last thing, and I'm just looking. I just came across this tweet that Tony Khan wrote today, and mind you, hear me out because I think
before you do it, since we're gonna talk about Tony Khan, fuck the Jags. So go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, hire. Let me stop. I like Urban Meyer, but you think you go hire Chris Doyle on some bullshit? Man, stop. You vetted him. This ain't college.
Ain't you a Bears fan though? Don't be talking about you like Urban Meyer.
Funny story. One of my favorite teams was like Mark Brunell, Tony Baselli, the old school Jaguars, Fred Taylor. Shout out to I Am Athlete, one of the best podcasts ever to watch. But anyways,
I'm about to kick.
Definitely watch it. Watch I Am. Okay, Carson. Okay, Carson Wentz. Get excited, Carson Wentz. All right, he really might kick me. So let me stop. Tony Khan said. And
hold on, he gotta take. Wow, I don't believe he even came with the Carson Wentz joke like that. He got to chill for a second. The nerve of this nigga to have a quarterback like Mitch Trubisky and come at me about Carson Wentz. I can't believe it. Let me be quiet.
So it's like that. It's like that.
My bad. I'm sorry. I got upset.
Wow.
Mitch Trubisky's not under contract no more. That's not my quarterback. But anyways, Tony Khan wrote, "Thank you to all of the great wrestling fans who made AEW Dynamite a top 5 show again with the ratings. I think they brought in 844. NXT brought in around 748. It's amazing for a young company like AEW to be consistently holding our own straight up versus NBA and other established franchises. That's a dig. And it's because of you, great wrestling fans, supporting us on TNT. Less is more. That's my question. I understand talk your shit as a company. Some people are different, but for me, I come from the school of Vince McMahon that doesn't even wish his son happy birthday or just says happy birthday, Shane. Less is more. But I also understand talking your shit because I tell my students to brag all the time. So is there a fine between that you think as an owner of a company that he can walk? Because I'm trying to see both sides because I'm not trying to be petty. But like, don't be, when you put stuff out like that, it can come back and haunt you.
Shout out to him being excited about having a company of people that actually like him for once. Since you're an old Jaguars fan, you should know what I mean.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's how you. And in other news, go ahead. Go on, Nicole.
Tony, there is a fine line and there is a way that you can walk that. Tony does not know how to do that again, because he's young. He got a lot to learn. He gotta get some more hair on that chest as like a company owner and a businessman. He has a hell of a lot to learn. The thing is, and I've been telling people that, yes, AEW is really good. AEW has been doing a really good job of beating them and doing a demographic, even though I don't think those things are real and they don't matter. But the one thing that people are missing, NXT is consistent. AEW ratings drop. They're not consistent. So one week they'll be 600, 700,000. One week they're 800,000. Another week they're 700,000. So it's they're within the same bracket a little bit, but NXT stays at the same number. So they have more of a set loyal watchers. And I keep saying, I was like, if NXT makes the changes that it needs to, and especially with this group of people that they got in, and they're starting to take that because it's NXT, like I said, they're having a transition of power. They're getting a lot of the people that were really carrying the company for a couple of years in both divisions. They're about to start cycling them out so they can go up and make way for all these people they just signed. Once they get them on TV, those numbers are going to jump and they're going to stay there. And AEW can't, as still won't be able to claim that.
Facts.
I will say though, once AEW goes back to live crowds, still, I think they will, because they lean to me. I feel like their program depends on the audience because they're so. I mean, their shows are so targeted. Like that audience is just gonna eat it up regardless, and that's gonna add to the like. You're gonna hear "This is awesome" chances when things aren't awesome, but that
Yeah,
happens everywhere. But
That's not good though.
I know.
That's
I agree.
that is not good business. That means that you say you're trying to compete with WWE on their level, but you're really not. You are doing exactly what Tamatonga said, which is you're competing with their developmental, and you're supposed to be at the
I
top
wanted to
tier.
say that. I wanted to say that because I was just
You
listening to that
can't
today.
you can't say that. And then you have the fans that are they're very anti WWE, so no matter what AEW does, it's gold. But if you're not going to watch it and actually have at least have the respect for both of the sport and actually be like, okay, I see the problem in this company, I see the problem in that company, then you're not being impartial. You got your head up your ass,
I'm gonna tell
which majority of the time is what I come across with a lot of AEW fans.
Oh, AEW fans.
I'm gonna say this. I bet you they won't go on a fucking Friday at 8.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Not with Sasha and Roman. That ain't happening.
I said something on a Down for the Counts podcast when I was listening back to it today, um, and I still believe it's true. So talking to all these AEW fans and what Tony Khan does, what I said on their podcast is everybody, if you're a diehard fan, you live in the possibility. Vince McMahon is not running this company, so anything is possible in AEW, even if it's a sign that it's not going to happen. And then when I look more into it, AEW fans are more loyal to the company than the wrestlers are.
hmm,
Because a lot of these wrestlers who've been on AEW Dark are being signed by WWE NXT, and then they like, oh man, dang, you just loved them when they was on AEW Dark, and if they got on Dynamite, but as soon as you see that they went over to NXT, you like, oh dang, man, that's messed up. They gonna mess her up. Why she going over there? I used to like her, but now she's over with them. So, ugh.
That's bad business. Why would you sign 10-day to compare it to basketball? Why would you keep signing 10-day contracts for folks so they can showcase their talent and not give them a long-term deal, or at least a G League deal, which is NXT, so G League developmental? Of course, WWE, if you give them out on free TV, of course they're going to scout, see what they can do, and be like, you know what? I can give you a contract. Here's at least a 2-year contract. Like that's it. It's levels. That's all I gotta say. It's levels. Like, why would you do that?
that speaks to your management and your head. If you got an idiot running your company who thinks he knows everything and he's not smart enough to understand how business works, then that's what you're gonna get. He's literally a fanboy, and the fanboy is letting everybody around him tell him what to do. And none of
Yeah,
them have any true idea of what to do either. But if you're gonna be in this business and you're gonna compete against Vince McMahon, you're gonna have to be smarter than him and you're gonna have to outwork him. And that's gonna be a lot of work.
Vince
I,
McMahon fucked over his own father. He ain't scared of you.
yeah. At least with the cruiserweight classics and like the Mae Young classics, they were actually trying to negotiate like deals with everyone that participated. But it's like with Dark, it's like they're here today, gone tomorrow type thing.
I've I've heard a few wrestlers say that they do the AEW Dark thing, and then when they leave out, AEW tells them, "Oh, we'll get back with you, or we'll call you." After they do their little tapings, and they say they never hear nothing back. They've been told that they've had good showings, but then you don't hear anything back. So I don't know what that is. Me myself, as a business person, I'll just say this: if I'm going in and I'm paying somebody to show up on my TV screen, we at least get ready to put down like 90 days or something, like WWE has that no compete clause, because you are not going to come on my TV, get your name out there, and then leave and go somewhere else like that. Like Tony Khan, I know I go at you and I say fuck the Jags, but at some point you're going to have this switch that's hit, and you're going to start treating these wrestlers like you do the Jag organization and the football players. I'm waiting for that day so they can see who you really are. A lot of people love you. We know your business practices. You ain't shit to me, bruh. Fuck the Jags.
I did like when Jalen Ramsey went on that whole little rant about how every QB was trash, and then he wound up getting burned for like the rest of the season. That was so lovely.
Do you
Shout-
know how many? Never mind. That's football talk, but never mind.
we'll save that off air. Save that off air. Bald head Terry.
Ball head bro shit.
Bald head, bro. Tiffany and Nicole, real quick. Are you guys both above the age of 25?
The fuck?
Yes.
Shit,
Unfortunately.
Do you guys hold on, wait, hold on. So do you guys know the lyrics? Are you guys familiar with the rap artist Trina?
Yeah. Hmm.
Do you know the
A
lyrics?
little bit familiar.
Do you know her verse on Trick Daddy's song "Nan"?
Wait, ain't no Nan. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
You gotta sing this.
Y'all toxic.
Yes, you do gotta sing that.
Y'all toxic. Y'all toxic. Y'all toxic. Y'all toxic.
I was just vibing out to it.
Y'all toxic. That's all I have
That
to say.
is fucking trash.
Y'all
All
toxic.
day, every day.
Y'all toxic.
Hey, could you imagine like Triple H and Tony Khan pulling up to each other and they do like the second verse, "Chicken Head" by Project Pat?
Oh, now that song's in my head. Bald head.
No.
Jay's finna come now.
Bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back, chilled up. Your hair is messed up, need to get out.
Oh, one. I got one more thing since you
Okay.
talking about that. And you got upset that you heard somebody on Twitter say the word drip. Your favorite wrestler like to call himself Drippershey now. How do you feel about his motion and everything he's doing?
Man, I like that he's talking his shit right now on Twitter. If you follow him on Twitter and on Instagram, he's really sticking his chest out there, and I feel like we all know we love Ricochet. We all know he's an amazing performer. We all want him to. I think okay. I know, at least I know I love Ricochet, the Fly Boy. I think the People's Moonsault has the potential to be one of the most over moves with a crowd once the crowds come back. I think the People's Moonsault is amazing. It got The Rock's attention, and if The Rock tweeted about it, that's big. He did it in a dark match with insert name that is currently not mentioned on NXT, but it's all about a dream that's purple. So that's
wait. I've heard you talk about this People Moonsault that he's been doing. Has he done this recently, or are you still looking at that dark match in that Instagram video he put up years ago?
I just think from that same video, he hasn't done it on television yet because I don't think he's gotten the green light to do it, or he's not in the position that it makes sense to do it.
Man, I'm about to kick you up out of here again.
Hold on.
You talking about?
So, anyways.
One moonsault from years ago.
No, but anyways, I
thought he did this on Raw. I missed it or something.
Absolutely not. He did not.
I'm a big believer in don't waste a move for no reason because then it gets dull. Save it for the spot and then you can make it a move. But anyways, I like that he's talking shit on Twitter right now. I love that he's really sticking his chest out. He had a match with AJ. He's a great performer. I want to see him. Definitely, of course, he can always improve on the microphone, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. I think the sky's the limit. He's young. He can be on the mid card. Right? There's nothing wrong with being on the mid card. I know you, as a talent, you want to be higher, but personally, I don't think there's nothing wrong with being on the mid card. I think you got to show it and keep doing it with the matches. And if he continues to do it, who knows? We can see what happens later. But this isn't his year. 2020. I feel like this at the end of this year. Let's have this conversation. Let's come back in December and have this conversation to see his momentum going into 2022. But this Mania season, this cycle, this is not his cycle. This cycle is clearly Bianca, Big E, Drew, and Roman and Edge. That's the main push of this cycle. And Daniel Bryan. So,
there's a reason for that, though.
No, agreed. Everyone.
Ricochet is the type that is he can perform very well. I don't take anything from his wrestling capability at all, but WWE has always been storyline and character driven. So maybe with him being somewhere like Lucha Underground and being on the indie scene and wrestling, that works because the performance is enough to captivate the audience. When you're dealing with WWE, you have to be able to present the story. Ricochet falls flat in that area every single time. And that's why he's being regaled down to the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, he had a match with AJ Styles and it was good, but he ended up getting flatlined by Almost, listen. I don't understand why he exists in the WWE right now.
Hey, Almost got that drip though.
That's
fuck him. I don't understand why he exists though. I don't understand why he's there. I can he dress? That is subject to opinion. Okay. Yes, the suits look nice on him, but they don't fit him. So that's a problem. Outside of that, the man doesn't do anything. And I can't see him actually physically wrestling. I need to see it. And from what I see, it doesn't correlate for me. So he got flatlined by him Monday, which they could have just let AJ beat him up and be done with it. But they let this dude do it. And I'm just, Ricochet ain't gonna get a fair shake. He haven't had a fair shake in about 3 years. It's just not gonna happen until what you see online translates to on TV, and somebody has to give him the opportunity to do that. And we all know that that doesn't happen very often.
I got two shout outs. So I want to get a Ricochet. Bear with me. Shout out to Ricochet for being a stay at home nurse for Casey when he's not on TV in the next year. Because she hurt her ankle. And shout out to Ricochet working on his acting skills on his TikTok with some of the WWE wrestlers, and hopefully it gets better. That's about it.
She wouldn't have ankle issues if she wouldn't have went out without her mask.
Oh shit. So,
wearing a mask, even when you're vaccinated, you can still contract the virus, especially if you're within your dosage time.
Hey, Kate. Oh man, we got to go because this motherfucker said the back.
Hey, for real, but on the mask, I actually like him in this role because it's been a while since we had just like big man manager that doesn't really need to do a lot with the drip. I mean, remember when Jericho had Mr. Hughes and all he did was, stand around and be Jericho's bodyguard.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Or when Brian Kendrick had fucking Ezekiel Jackson, and all he did was stand around with an unbuttoned shirt.
That was
hold on. We ain't Gary talk about this in Black History Month, and I'm about to get upset.
Hey, Brian Kendrick's the greatest WWE champion, even though he had it for like 5 minutes.
I feel what you
I'm
said.
over that.
These little guys with now I'm mad.
It's
close
time
this out.
Let's wrap it up.
Everybody.
KTR, you up there, and you've been here, but you haven't been here, kind of like Randy Orton. Can you go ahead and back? See,
my man's lit.
I'm paying right now. Sorry.
He's Randy Orton 3 a.m. on Twitter right now. Tell the people where they can find you and go listen to episode 20. Oh, yeah, I got to go. Episode 20.
Yes, episode XX can be found on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchors, Podbean, everything, all that good stuff. KTR_podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Another Rose Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, and yes, that is it. We also on Pro Wrestling Tees now. Go get your merch.
That boy is tipsy.
Tipsy.
Inside the that you should know, let them know where they can find y'all at.
For the culture, by the culture, we do it for the culture. And if you're not down with the culture, we just can't help you. We are everywhere that you can get at streaming sites. Ray, talk about some of the watch-alongs we've done and coming up.
Yeah, we recently did a watch-along that had Isaiah Velasquez versus Leo Rush at Freelance versus CZW2. What's up?
Why ain't y'all tell me? That's one of my favorite matches.
We gonna, you know what?
I'm like, wait, what happened? I'm like, is everything all right?
I almost lost my life in this chair.
Bro, you need to go lay down.
Tia, that was my first time watching the match, and my reactions were pure. Wait,
did he leave?
He left.
Hold on.
Yo,
He's on
the street.
He's over.
That's childish.
He was in
childish
pain.
as fuck.
Man, wrap this up, man.
He was in pain.
How about y'all watch alongs and shit, man?
I'm gonna invite you to the next one. What's the next one we doing, Ray?
The next one we're looking, since Anthony Henry got signed to NXT, and we seen
It
And
ain't
we seen
Leo and
J-
Isaiah. No.
and we seen JD Drake on AEW Dark. We're going to look at one of their tag team matches when they were teams together as the Workhorsemen.
Oh.
Like that caught his attention.
If
That
y'all
caught
don't
his
know
attention.
JD Drake, y'all better go check JD
Mhm.
Drake out, boy, because that boy is Anthony Henry. I'm indifferent about it.
Oh, Cinco, we also had a watch along with your frat brother, Jake St. Patrick, watching his AEW match. So you can check that out. Also, merch on Pro Wrestling Tees, all the merchandise donated to independent wrestling, new FTC NWO style for the culture shirt.
You see how this motherfucker said we had to watch along with Jake St. Patrick? If y'all don't know, every day is a St. Patrick's Day. Shout out to Jake St. Patrick.
Shout out to Jake.
Yo to the noobs.
Midnight.
Sage Scott. Yeah,
You
that's
you still heard about the Leo Isaiah's match?
Yeah.
Nah, I heard you say a shout out, and I was just like, oh, okay. Down for the count. If they don't know their social media, I'll give it to you, but I'm gonna throw it to them. Maybe they know it, but we got Tiff here, so we might be good.
Tiff, you're gonna have to do it.
We are on Twitter. We are on Twitter at Down for the Count 19, and we are on Instagram at Down for the Count. It's at D4TC_podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google. You can find us everywhere. We had this fool with us on the last episode, so it's definitely a listen.
Follow us on Clubhouse too. Omar Kill Solomon. I am Rashard H. Cinco on Clubhouse. Nicole's on Clubhouse. Terry, Tiff, are you on Clubhouse?
I don't know. No,
you got an iPhone?
I haven't been invited. I feel real left out.
You got an iPhone?
I got you after this, Tiff.
Yes, I have one.
Okay,
I got 4 invites, so
I'm just sitting on my 6.
Oh, okay.
I got 10.
Really
I got 10.
I'm straight sitting on 7 right now.
I just sent out a few, so it might get cracking. Oh, if you follow me on Clubhouse, I do apologize. It's leg day, so I don't see when you
man
you ping me into a group. But yo, Midwest Melanin Mafia, know the ropes. Culture Cast, Down for the Count. If you follow Down for the Count, you should probably follow me too. I'm at LUV Wrestling. You can see Nicole, she be popping up on that thing. She a part of it, Tiff part of it. Follow us on Twitter, LUV Wrestling 1. If you go on podcasts, get us on all major podcasts. But right now we striving on the YouTube. We at 550, baby. Y'all know I got to do this right quick because I say these on the spotlights now. Y'all know our giveaway has been activated for 500 subscribers on Twitter. This is the first thing that we got going up. This is one of the prizes. We have 2 more Funko Pops and I got a few of these. So autograph Undertaker thing.
Are we eligible for that?
Send me that Funko Pop.
Any and everybody is eligible for the giveaway. I can't stop nobody from doing it because you know what I always say. If I love wrestling and you love wrestling.
Ding, ding, ding. Hold on 1 second before you love wrestling.
Oh, God.
He said ding, ding, ding.
Before you love wrestling, there's a very special announcement that I have to make on this glorious leg day. That's 3. Bruno Mars has just tweeted that he has an album coming out with Anderson .Paak on Friday, March 5th, and that's outside weather. That means I got to be outside soon because if Bruno got music coming, that means I got to be outside soon.
It's with Anderson .Paak though.
Yes, that's
he got an album with Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars.
Oh my God!
Okay, that's fire.
With special guest host Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy.
I got
Dude, March 5th is only going to be 43 degrees.
I got a question.
It's going to be cold as hell.
Did you just cut me off to talk about Bruno Mars?
I'm thinking something went down. I went straight to the wrestling Twitter. Like,
some news happened.
You can blame it on leg day, bro. Blame it on leg day. I'm sorry.
No.
You had
I
me,
got four.
you had me thinking Booker T just signed the AEW or something, bro. Everybody going back to TNT and shit.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Somebody said some funny shit like, I can't wait to see Big Show do a kip up on television. He should get on the top rope. Looking ass, face ass, rock ass, head ass, dumb ass, and insert ass, Chicago looking face knucking ass. Let me stop.
All right, we
All
need to
right.
get out of
All
here.
right.
They
Yeah.
didn't win left.
Yeah, time to
I thank everybody for coming through. Look at us on the YouTube next week. Oh, JTG on Monday. Great conversation. Me and Nicole talked to him about a lot of things. Brooklyn, Janai Kai on Wednesday. And you see us with the Midwest Melanin Mafia. We do this monthly. So on next, is it Friday? Yes. Me, Nicole, We Love Wrestling, Down for the Count, and Black Wrestling Alliance. Candid Mat Talk. We've been unshielding the shield. Our next subject up, the architect, the Messiah, Seth Rollins. All right. But other than that, guys, this is why we're unshielding the shield. If you want to talk about collectibles, I'll be on A&E with WWE when they start. Well, we'll talk about that later. But as I always say,
they raiding Terry's house along with Jim Cornette's. That's where everything's at.
It's the pause. It's the pause.
So you know what though? But if I love wrestling, and you love wrestling,
then we love wrestling.
then we
love wrestling.
Now it's too sweet for the culture.
Ding ding ding. Hold on.
No.
This is fun, y'all. I love y'all. I got it. We got it.
Hey guys, how you doing? You should be here.
You should.